This is a big issue for a lot of people right now, especially in lieu of what has happened in the last maybe 5 to 10 years in American society. There's a lot of things that people can be victims of in our society. They are all tragedies, and I'm going to list them off right now in this video. So here we go with this summarization. Mass shootings, ageism, police brutality, pollution and climate change, which are probably the biggest issues facing the world right now. Labor law infractions, which shows that you still need unions, at least in corporations in America, to fight for fair wages. Unions still play a role in our society. Genocide, sexual harassment, and stalking, to name a few. In the last 5 years in America, we've had a lot more mass shootings, and they're becoming a lot more common. Our hearts go out to the victims of the latest mass shooting in the Minneapolis area of Minnesota. These are horrible, horrible tragedies that should not happen, and I believe that literally all of them, when it comes to mass shootings, are preventable. We have to start looking at our laws and have to start looking at society as a whole to solve this problem. Our hearts go out to these people and anybody that's the victim of any of these kinds of tragedies. The Me Too movement, for example, really exposed how many victims there are of sexual assault in our nation. And it's a lot more than what some people may realize. There's a lot of victims out there from that even in recent years. It's okay to be a victim in our society if you actually are a victim and can prove it. Those people deserve our collective compassion as individuals and as a society. There is nothing wrong with being a victim, and there should be acceptance of victims in our country and in society as a whole. But there are some narrow circumstances where people do lie, do exaggerate to get fame, money, or out-of-court settlements. I believe they're a relatively small amount of society. They might be 10 to 20% of the U.S. population, but it does happen. You have to look at the evidence. Most people do not lie about being a victim. I believe the vast majority of women do not lie about sexual assault. But there are some narrow problems out there in the political world and in other worlds, and people need to look at the evidence in the court system always when determining if you believe any one particular story. I don't like the term victimhood personally because it denotes or is reflective of victim blaming in my view, and that's wrong. I think it's been used a lot wrongly in politics since the mid-90s, and that's wrong. These are separate legal issues that have nothing to do with the political process. They're ultimately legal issues, usually. People who are truly victims may have mental or personality disorders for the rest of their life, and that's sad. These problems can lead to bankruptcy and nervous breakdowns and major and minor mental problems for the rest of their life. It's not their fault. It just was bad luck in life that these horrible things happened to them. They may need psychological help for the rest of their life. That's why you have to have social safety net programs run by the government and programs that insurance policies will pay for. These people are victims. It's not their fault. They need support from all of us for the rest of their life. Yes, victims do exist, and there's nothing wrong with being a victim if you actually are one. They will probably always, unfortunately, exist in our society due to the bad luck that some people encounter in their existence on this earth. Here ends this video. Thanks a lot for your time. Please make a note that my next videos this month are going to be on the follows. I'm going to do another video entitled "The U.S. Government Should Pay Off All Student Loans," Part 2, showing that debate is similar to the debate in the 30s and the 60s if Social Security or Medicare should have existed. I'm also going to do a video on if Pierre Poilievre in Canada would have been more electable to run for president in theory in the United States, and his future with the Conservative Party of Canada. If you're really into Canadian politics, I think you will like this video, especially when it comes to his future within the Conservative Party of Canada. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your consideration. It's free to subscribe.